Hey everybody, it's me, Anthony. I'm coming to you guys with a situation that just happened to me, and I want to know, what do you all think should have happened? What do you guys think that I should do? What would you have done? So, um, I already have a full time job, career, whatever you might call it. I work for a major financial institution, and I'm just thinking, okay, you know what? I'm not going to school this semester. I want to get a second job to have more money. I mean, have enough, but just to have more money. Who doesn't want more money? So, um, by where I work, they're building an Olive Garden. And I was like, well, okay, that's a cute little job. It's right here, it's building, it's starting. I mean, they opened up on the 23rd, so it'd be cool. It's right there. I can get off work and go there. My availability, I work from 8:30 to 5:30, so I mean, they're usually open from about, 11 to about 10. So that'll be perfect. On my off days, Fridays and Saturdays, I can work, all day, whenever they want me to. Piece of cake. These glasses are so dirty. Hold on. So, Um, I have the ungiven application because I forgot. So I had the ungiven application. So the next day at work, I'm filling out the application. Putting down everything, put down my availability. From 5:30 to I put six to close, six to close on my work days, and then on Friday and Saturday I put open to close. They're a new business, so whatever. It's a part-time job, whatever. Don't need it, but extra money is good. So I turned in my application yesterday, and he's like, the guy's like, oh, okay, well, we don't have any interviews today, so I guess they were interviewing on the spot. I didn't know that. He's like, so can you come back tomorrow at 3:30? Luckily, I had already rearranged my schedule so that I was able to get off early today because I'm going to Puerto Rico tomorrow. So I was like, yeah, okay, I can do that. Came home, cut my hair, got my clothes, ironed and whatnot, whatever. So I go to work, get off, go in there, and I'll get there about 30 minutes early. So I'm expecting to get in there. The guy's still going to be interviewing somebody. So I'm like, I don't mind. I'm not going to sit in the car. So let me go and, just look around. Look at the new, Olive Garden. So I get in there, and I guess the guy that was interviewing me had just got done with his previous interview. So I'm like, okay. So the guy looks at me and was like, oh, this is, your next interviewee. This is Byron. This is your next interviewee. For those of you who don't know, Anthony, I'm sorry, is not my real name. Anthony Williams is not my real name. It's a name that I made up when I was about 18 years old because I did not like being named after my father. So Anthony is the name I made up. Williams is my mother's last name, Anthony Williams. My real name is Byron. So anyway, he was like, here's Byron, here's your next interviewee. So the guy was like, oh, okay, hey, Byron. I shook his hand. He's like, follow me. So follow me. We get to the table. He's like, you can sit here. And I was like, okay. So I sat down, and he's like, hey, hey, how are you doing? I was like, I'm doing well. He's like, well, what position are you hiring for? I said, well, they have a server or they have a greeter. I was like, I can do either one of those because I didn't say this, but I don't want to be a busser. I don't want to clean up nothing. I don't want to cook nothing. I mean, I actually signed up for the bartender. If they would have had an assistant manager or manager's position, I would have applied for that because I've never worked in fast food before. I've never worked in that type of situation. Like, I've always had elevated jobs, thank God. And it's just like, for this to be a part-time job, like, I really didn't. But I was like, okay, it can't be that hard being a server or a greeter. So he's like, okay, well, I know you're looking to supplement your income and everything, but when he said supplement my income, like, I didn't show it on my face, but on the inside, I was like, supplement my income? Like, what do you think? Who do you think? Do you, like, I make enough money to not have this job. I just want to make more money. So that's the reason why I'm coming to get this job. I mean, you can't make more. Servers make, I think there's like a survey. I think Seduction did a survey a long time ago where it told us like they make like $2 an hour. So how's that really going to supplement my income? And I'm just like I felt really like I didn't know how to take that because I'm just like, supplement my income. And so I was like, okay. I was like, okay. And then he's like, well, your availability is what gets me. He said, because we work with a rotating schedule. He said, and being this a rotating schedule, it wouldn't be fair to everyone else that you are only have this availability. And when he said that, I thought inside my head, and I'm like, okay, well, when you hire somebody, you ask them, what availability they have. And when they put down, oh, I have 8, I can work open and close every day. And you hire them for that. Do you have somebody like myself that has another job and they put in 6 to 10, 6 to 10, 6 to 10, 6 to 10, whatever, and you hire them? How can the person that says open to close get mad for working all these hours if I'm only working the hours that I said that I can work? How is that not fair? You put in the hours that you can work, and I put in the hours that I can work. So how is that not fair to everyone? So I was like, okay, well, you know, I put down the hours that I was available here. So, you know, I'm not quite certain as to why when I turned in my application yesterday, when they overlooked it, they didn't tell me that it wasn't going to be, you know, I wasn't going to be able to be interviewed. So he's like, well, let me talk to the big manager and see what we can do. Once again, you know, I know you're looking to supplement your income, but, you know, let me go ahead and see if we have, you know, because that would be the biggest issue. Mind you, not once has he looked at my resume. Not once has he looked at my application. The only thing he looked at was the availability paper, because they gave like 4 papers: an application, availability paper. I think they have a credit union there saying, and another one was like a discount, and then another one was like, what was it? The identification that they use for like if you do get hired, like the documentation that they would need from you. So he goes over there like not even 5 feet away, like around the little fireplace that they have in there, and they're talking. So I'm sitting here like, okay, you know, whatever, it can't go bad. I mean, whatever. So he comes back and he's like, well, yeah, he said that we wouldn't be able to do that because of your availability. And I mean, once again, I do know that, you know, you're looking to supplement your income, but we won't be able to do it. We will keep your resume on file just in case we do have something for your availability. And then, you know, if that does happen, then we'll go ahead and give you a call back then. So I was like, okay, you know, I was feeling some kind of way, but I'm like, okay, it's Olive Garden, so whatever. So I was like, okay. And I got up and I grabbed my stuff because I have my wallet and my phone right here. And I went to go turn around. And I was like, oh, you know what? Thank you for interviewing. You know, thank you for your time. And I went to go shake his hand. And he like hesitated to shake my hand. And just like, what was that for? Like, why wouldn't you shake my hand? Like, one, I've never been turned down for a job before in my life. So this is the first job that I've been turned down for. And I'm like, you don't want to shake my hand? Why? What did I do to you? Like, is there some underlying, you know, tea? Like, did I give out some type of vibe? Like, what's going on? Like, I wore my glasses, so, you know, I look a little less, you know, vicious, as people say that I go off. Like, I had a pleasant demeanor. I'm smiling, laughing, and then you tell me I'm trying to supplement my income. So over all that, when I left, I was really upset. Because I'm just like, first of all, who are you to say something about me supplementing my income? Because you don't know what I make. I mean, secretly, I mean, just like I said, they get paid. I get paid twice what y'all make. So, yeah. And if you looked at my resume, like, really, I was selling myself short for the position. But just like I said, hey, I don't want to work something that's just as hard as my regular job. I'd rather work something that's my, you know, a part-time job that, you know, can fly by. Maybe I have a bad customer or whatnot, whatever. But I just feel like I'm going to call back and speak to the general manager about the situation, because I don't think that he appropriated himself with he conducted himself well in the interview. Because one, how can you call me back for availability if you never even given me an interview? We didn't even go through the whole interview process. Me, if I'm hiring someone and I'm like, okay, well, they don't necessarily fit the qualifications, what I'm going to do is go ahead and, you know, have a conversation with you. Let me see, you know, maybe it's something about them that lets me know that they can do this job. Maybe it's something about that, like, I'm not going to immediately just shut somebody out, because even if I can't, like, some schedule is better than no schedule. Now, everybody knows the hardest days to staff and man are the weekends. I can work the weekends all day, doubles, triples, whatever the law allows me to work. Plus the nighttime, when the high school kids and the people that are applying for this aren't able to work. But yeah, let me know how you would have reacted. Like the no handshake, the supplementing the income, like, what do you feel like maybe I was wrong? Maybe I shouldn't feel any type of way and just, you know, pay it forward, because like I say, I do have a job. No tea. But yeah, as for now, this is Anthony and I am out. Oh, by the way, do you guys eat these things here? These little Tic Tacs, like, they are the best freaking thing ever. Like, you just put a handful in your mouth, you know, like that. All right, bye.